Welcome back to CALMSDEN Farm for episode 2 with me, MrSealyp. I'm not going to lie, this is astounding. I was not expecting this. Wow, because I've got it set on 2-day months, it needs to reset itself when it goes into next month. So we've gone from August to September. So technically a month has passed. We have got our wheat field done. I said they were both wheat, they're not, it's wheat and barley. The wheat field is completed, harvested that is, and baled. So that needs to be prepped. Field 23 that we got, that I honestly can't get my head around. That's wow. Crazy. I've completely lost my thread. Yeah. Right, yeah. So we started on our barley field, but we ran out of daylight. So we've obviously skipped ahead. Harvesting will need to be continued on here. The baling will be continued on here. We have got, as you've seen, we did some more contract work, which we're going to keep doing. We've got a couple of contracts at the moment that popped up this morning. One for cultivating on field 1 and one for fertilizing on field 5. Now, thank you to everyone that sent me various different warnings about certain fields and things like that. It is set to rain, which is can be a bit of a problem. We don't really want to be harvesting in the rain. So what I'm going to be doing, we'll get over and get the harvester going. Get as much of this harvest as we can before the rain starts. I'm going to go over, I was spraying on field 20. And I then went to grab the water because I left the water container over there because we need to also fill up the greenhouses because that's part of our ongoing contract with the garden centre. We are going to go and get a bale trailer. What we can do is the bales on the wheat field we can put in the bum over by the cow shed. I might just do that with the telehandler, just a bale at a time. I know it will take time, and there are some auto load ones out there. Look at the state of this. But to be fair, the thing about it is who was it sent me a picture of it? Somebody sent me a picture of the rainbow, and it's one of those ones that kind of gets caught up in all the messages. I get various different messages, let's say all day long, from all different people, and I just completely forgot about it. So when I went through the night and I kind of turned around, I was like, it kind of took my breath away a little bit. Oh, shit. Silly thing, isn't it? But not the rainbow, but my reaction to it, I suppose. Right, what to do first then? We need to mulch field 23. In all of my various different sprayings, we've been going around doing all the fertilizing contracts with the sprayer. I did spray field 23, so that's been harvested, it's been sprayed, and it's been mulched, and then it doesn't need ploughing, but it will need lime, so we need to get a lime spreader. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more liquid fertilizer delivered, because we've used, I think pretty much, yeah, there were 20,000 litres in there. How much is it going to cost me? Where's my thing gone? My trigger's gone. That's odd. Oh, it's all over there. That's why. Oh, blimey. We don't want to be putting that much in. 10,000 litres. That's our option. 10,000 litres for 13 grand. I mean, the amount of money we've made. Let's get another 10,000 litres delivered. Yeah, the amount of money we've made from doing fertilising jobs, getting another load put in, no problem at all. Oh, that's the other thing we need to do. Check on the sheep, because they were given water yesterday. We should have some water, shouldn't we? Yeah, looks like we've got a pallet over there. So moving forward, I'm thinking of... The thing I alluded to in the last episode was locally there's no bakery. I thought about setting up a bakery, But to do the bread, we're going to need to mill flour, so we're going to need a grain mill. There's so many things, you know, that infrastructure that needs to be in place to do a bit of time. So we might need to do a grain mill first. Awesome production. Awesome. Okay. Might as well keep going this way. I shall keep wandering. Chickens as well. We're going to get chickens because we've got plenty of wheat. So that's our thing as well. How much wheat did we get off of... You know, I'm doing it again. 92,000 litres. We did have 16,000 litres left over from Field 23's contract. So 92,000 litres in total we've got. So plenty for chickens. We've got some to sell or, like I say, grain mill. Barley, so far we've got 37,000 litres off that field, and that's a bigger field as well. So we should have an absolute load of barley. But the bakery is going to require a whole load of stuff. I am thinking, with recent developments in the local economy, let's just say that, we might buy some bits in. I don't know. The thing is, well, you can always rely on FS19. You could buy a few cows, you'd get a bit of milk ticking over. So I thought for doing butter and stuff, but we haven't even got there's not even a dairy, is there? I mean, there's a sell point for dairy products. Yeah, Cotswolds Farmers Market, Garden Centre, General Store. But we'd have to have a dairy as well if we're going to do any of that stuff. So there we are. This is cleared. This has been fertilised. As you see down the bottom, fertilised 50%. So this needs to be mulched. I mean, it doesn't need to be mulched, but I don't really want to take a deficit or lose out on potential yield. I'm still staggered by the corn. It's amazing. Don't know why I'm still walking. Right. So, yeah, the sprayer's there, which we're going to need to get that spraying contract underway. Now, water. You can't get water from these ditches. Whilst I could from the ford, I did try. I thought I'd give it a go. You never know. It might work. Oh, I've also realised what I haven't done. Hang on. That's better. Time was moving a little bit too slowly. So, greenhouses are here next to the garden centre. We have a contract to fill with water. They are producing, as far as I'm aware, it's all strawberries at the moment. But these are larger ones, and these are going to take a lot of water. So I don't know whether or not we need to get a tanker or something, maybe. I'm thinking maybe a tanker and a dolly. Because this is going to take ages doing it with this. This is fine for doing our livestock, doing the sheep and things like that, but it's not going to hold up, I don't think. Yeah, that's what we'll do, I think. We'll lease a tanker. There is a tanker available, isn't there? Let's double check that. That's under animals, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's under animals. Yeah. 32,000 litres. If we get over the dolly, because we don't have a lorry, how much is that to lease? Yeah, for potentially what we'll get out of it. It should be all right with the dolly, shouldn't it? Dollies, there we go. I'll sort that out a little bit later on. Right, let's take the sprayer back. I don't know how much spray I've got left in it, but I can start on the contract. Now we need to get over, get that barley unloaded, and we'll get some more baling done. Hopefully the sun will come up a bit more. It is early, but we've got a lot to get done today. I refer to today because it's a day, you know, stuff. But like I said on Elm Creek and O'Belleron, when I've got on 2-day months, this day is half a month. You know, it's 14, 15 days. Now, which of the fields was for spraying? Field 5, that's over past the Yeah, I have been warned actually about. I was warned about field 6 and field 5 and field 3 for various different reasons. But 6 and 3 are the two. I haven't had a problem on field 6. I've harvested that. We've baled it. I haven't had a problem. Field 5, that's a big old field. I did a spraying contract yesterday on field 16. That took a while, but that is a bit of a monster, isn't it? That's why it pays out so much. And what's the other one? Field 1. Oh, okay, yeah. And it's got trees down the middle. Hooray! But that one, field 1 is cultivating. That's going to take a while. We do have a cultivator at the farm. Just thinking what might be better off. I might just swap the vehicles around. I think the Massey might be better on the sprayer. And then we'll get the larger Magnum on the cultivator. That'll be a better idea, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. Something I really enjoyed yesterday while I was doing the harvesting jobs and I was doing the baling in the old John Deere was in cab. Just doing it in cab. And just enjoying driving around, doing the baling. Just the engine sounds. I know I've gone on about it before, but the change between this and FS19 is night and day. Now, we had the odd mod that had gear shift sounds, which I loved. But when you hear like the engine straying, you get the certain bits on the hill where the engine, it will bog down and it changes down gears to go. And then when you go over bumps and stuff, there's little bits of clattering and clanking and stuff around the cab. And I know it doesn't help because I talk constantly. But when I'm playing, just me, it's brilliant. So what I might do is do a little bit where I don't talk. Just I realised I haven't got enough tractors, have I? I can't unload the harvester and spray and cultivate and bale. Now, as far as the baling goes, and what's happened there? That needs to be rectified. And the thumbnail title being less is more, and the reason behind that is that one thing I think most people, maybe not everybody, but most people wanted on console as part of the new game and changes and whatever was a higher bale limit. We wanted to be able to do more bales, especially on next gen consoles. When you've got that capacity and ability. I have found since I got my PS5 on FS19, excuse me. On PS4, if I had loads of bales or if I had loads of pallets stacked up, and you'd start to get that lag, it would start to get a bit horrible. I haven't experienced that, or hadn't experienced that on PS5. But the bale limit has stayed at 200. For bales you create yourself. Obviously you can buy more bales. I know it will allow you to go beyond the limit if you buy bales. But here's the thing. I mean, technically, they did give us not more bales as in the bale count, but the less is more being like I'm baling with a round baler on the field opposite. These field numbers are doing me head in. Oh, yeah, 6, isn't it? So field 6 we baled and field 3 we're doing now. That the baler I'm using, I've set a 180 centimetre round bales. They're 11,000 litres. Now as a standard, why won't that? Oh, this is what I was warned about. That the worker doesn't like certain parts of the field, and that's really weird. I'll just do this by myself. So when you think as a stand on FS19, the bale size is 4,000 litres. That was that was a set. There were some mods that came out which gave us 6,000 litre bales, 5,000 litre bales, 6,500s. There were some, but they were very rare. So as a standard, it didn't matter whether it was round or square bales, the bales were 4,000 litres. So when you think about it now, doing an 11,000 litre bale, that's almost 3 of the original bales. So technically, doing it that way, I'm doing less bales, but if I hit my 200 limit, I've got nearly 3 times as much product in those bales as I had on FS19. So it is less bales but more product. So it is less is more. They have, I know there's still problems, there's still issues, there's still things that need to be sorted out. There are things I'm really surprised that haven't been, when you consider in the early first few days of the game coming out, we had, I said first few days, it took a little while for the first update, but I think we had like 3 mini updates in the space of about 48 hours or something ridiculous. That we still don't have the camera collision mod. Oh, that looks cool, doesn't it? Yeah, the camera collision mod, disable camera collision, and I don't know why. I'm surprised we haven't. And in talking to loads of people, thank you to everyone that commented regarding the mod situation and the game crashes. And the thing is, I kept saying it's a mod problem because every time I was doing a mod review, it was happening. Because that was probably the only time I go in and out of the store menu a lot. On a normal Let's Play like now, I will go into the store every now and again, but when I'm doing a mod review, yeah, you're in and out all the time. So I think the problem then happens that for some reason it trips out and it doesn't like it. So I was saying, everyone was trying to isolate what mod was causing it. It's not a mod that's causing it, it's any mod that's causing it. And then someone messaged me and said, the thing is, though, it's not just mods, because a lot of people are having the same game crashes with vanilla in-game stuff in the store. You just click on the menu to go and change something, it spins, bang, goes off. So it's not necessarily mods either, but there is definitely a problem. A couple of people messaged me with messages they got back from Giants regarding really weird and wonderful fixes, things you had to do, go into old save games and remove a file that used to be there, and that. I mean, I still know it needs to be fixed. So, whilst there are still issues and things that need to be fixed, the bale thing, the fact you can do different size bales now, technically, yeah, they have increased the bale limit, sort of, in a roundabout way. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, anyway. That's what I meant by less is more, anyway. So, right, get the fertilizing underway. I will then decide what we're going to do. I'm gophering today, so I think I'm going to have to grab one of the tractors. The baling may have to wait for a bit. We'll take one of the tractors, because at the moment I'm just using the Massey for pulling the trailer, which the John Deere should be able to do. We need to go and get that water tanker, get the fertilising underway, and then the cultivating. As far as cultivator goes, and here's the thing, I'm not too sure where it is. There was one here originally, as far as I'm aware. Where did I put it? See, it's around here somewhere. It was quite tall, it wouldn't fit in. No, it's not there. Where is it? There it is. There we go. So we've got this one. So we can take on that cultivating job. We've got the Rostel mash. the K12200 12200. But that's going to require some more horsepower, so we'll stick the Magnum on that. So a bit of moving around the vehicles is required. I will see you in a little bit. I'm going to move some vehicles around. We'll try and get some of this stuff sorted out. I will swap the Massey out. Yeah, I might just have to drop backwards and forwards for unloads in the harvester, I think. So let's put that there. We'll bring the Massey off the field to do that. I'll get the cultivator going. Oh yeah, mulcher as well. So many jobs, so little time. Now I know I haven't got. Why did I close that again? I haven't got seasonal growth on, so I'm not against the time crunch. It's just a time crunch of my own creation. So it's that kind of. I want to get it done. I want to get fields prepped. I want to get things done. It's full again. Field one's this one right here, isn't it? It is. Can I turn in here with this monster of a cultivator though? Yep. It's going to take a while. There's one of those jobs you can leave chugging away in the background once you can sort of set a worker off, once you've done the perimeter. And there's no cost to it, other than wear and tear on your vehicle, unlike fertilizing and spraying and those kind of jobs, or seeding where you've got the cost of the seed or the fertilizer. This is going to pay out really nicely, and I've just got to let it get on with it, really. Just thinking, can I let that go? Let's hire a worker. Any bits that it makes a mess of, I'll come back and tidy up. I've got stuff to do. Right. I'll keep saying I'll see you in a minute. I really will. It's nearly 9:45. We have finished on field 3, the barley harvest. We've got a fair bit. We're going to have over 100,000 litres of barley. So we're going to stick this into the silo. The cultivating contract on field 1 is continuing because that's a big field. If we go and have a look on the map, that's field 5. I think that's contract complete. Yeah, that was the fertilizing. That's contract complete. If we go to... There you go. All of that has been done so far. We're doing top corner, then we'll move down. I thought we'd go crossways because well, it is longer that way if you take that out of the equation because it was doing short hops like that. Anyway, I have also taken on another cultivating job which pays more, which means the field's bigger. Field 13. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Yeah, yeah, it's bigger than field 1, but great thing with this is there's no obstacles, so once I've done the outside perimeter we can let that go. So we've got some money coming in, which is absolutely fantastic. My next job then is going to be to go and get the water, take that to the greenhouses, and then before I finish what I want to do is that is close, isn't it? I want to get some more baling done. Move some of those bales off of field 6 and then we will get on with the baling. I'm going to use this, the John Deere. I like baling with this. I love the sound of it. I think it's brilliant. Let's go on there. And then we'll see what we're looking at. I'm going to leave this open because we can put the cultivator back in here when it's done. I have also bought... went to the store and grabbed. We've got a toolbox, so we'll be able to take the toolbox wherever we want. I might get a quad bike actually for that kind of thing. I don't know if it was strapped. The problem is I couldn't get it to strap down the other day because I thought that'd be quite cool. Stick it on a quad bike, strap it down. But if it won't strap down, that's not going to work on a quad. Because I thought your quad bike could be your quick reaction, your QRF. You can whiz out and get repairs done on vehicles in the field and that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll give that some thought. Right, don't need the trailer for the time being then, because now it's going to be a load of prep work. We're probably going to lease a... Well, I'm going to do a bale trailer. I'm just thinking, where can I put bales over this side? I've filled all the gaps. Filled all the gaps. Right, let's stick that there for the time being, just out of the way. We'll use the Massey to go and get the water tank. I don't understand if there's enough oomph to pull it though, that's my only concern. Let's hook that onto that. I can get me some more baling. Engine off. So yeah, these are 11,000 litre bales. Now that's not necessarily going to be as handy for doing total mixed ration. Depends on what I'm using to do the mixed ration with. I tell you what it would work with. That really big feed wagon that's 45,000 litres. If I do my ratio of splitting into quarters, I could get it to 44, couldn't I? If I put one straw in at 11,000, one side, well, in the silage we could do loose, 2 hay, yeah, that would work. That would give us 44,000. Actually, that will work perfectly. Absolutely perfectly. Right, water then. Yeah, we'll go and grab the JCB and we'll move some of those bales off. It's not far to go from there into the barn by field 6, so I think I'll do that way. We're going to, our bread and butter on this is going to be until we sort of get our fields up and running as well, and we do get our new production chains. I think what I will do as well, if we pick up a couple of contracts that are 20 grand each, which we seem to be doing, if we look at our contracts here as well, 28, 36, 23, 24, each one of those completed, we could get a new beehive. The old Langstra 33s, if we go into our build mode and along to animals, they're 20 grand a pop. So I could, you know, we could get a few of those as we go and have an absolute load of honey on the go. That's not a bad idea, is it? have to decide where to put the beehive honey pallet. Just thinking, where could we put the hives in? Actually, we've got a bit of space here. We could put some in here, couldn't we? Maybe one there, and have our honey pallet collection sort of just down in here. It's a bit of kind of untapped space, so we could do that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The other thing I'm thinking is, will it let me? Can go around and out that way. I wonder if I can do a bit of landscaping. I know next to the road it's not always handy. Not always, you know. Maybe take out a couple of these bushes and give ourselves access here, because that makes life a lot easier coming out the back of the farm and taking us straight to that one there. We can have a look at that as well. So, let's go and get some water. Get these greenhouses underway. Again, this is one of those things I want to get done sooner rather than later with the greenhouses, simply because if we then go forward another, half a month to September 2, if I haven't done it, that's half a month's production wasted. I could get them going, sooner. The cultivating jobs we've got, that's going to just plod away. And when we move over to the other field 13, we'll do the same thing. I'll get the outside perimeter done, then I'll let that just plod away while I'm doing other jobs. That's just making money. We're making money while we're doing other things. So I think the big difference between here, the economy seems to be a lot stronger. On Elm Creek, there were some big fields. There are some big fields on O'Beleron as well. But the prices or what you're getting paid for the jobs on some of those doesn't seem as high. Now, whether this is overinflated or whether they're low or whether it's somewhere a bit of both, I don't know for definite. But I'm going to take advantage of the fact the prices are good. Why not? I've got a mulcher. I leased that. No, I haven't bought it, I've just leased it. So what we'll do, I keep saying the farm has. Now, like I say, if I take this down to the Ford and fill it up, I don't know if this Massey has got enough horsepower to pull a 32,000 litre tanker out of that little valley. Once we're out of that valley, we might be alright, but I'm a bit uncertain at the moment. I'm going to take the cut across field 9. When I did it, I didn't show me doing that the other day, but there was enough space to get down there, so I will be able to get down the side there with this as well. I could go all the way up to field 6 and go the way we came out the other day, but it will work. I might have to go and get the Magnum. Probably should have done the lorry. Actually, I don't have got enough room to turn there either. The dolly does help, but I'm not sure if we've got enough room. Possibly not. Okay. What to do? Just move a little bit. Come on, come on, come on, don't hit that fence post. That works alright. Close the gate. I should be closing the gate really as well, shouldn't I? I tend to get into that habit of just letting them swing closed. And then down the side of here. Plenty of room, look. No worries. Not touch any crop. And then what I'll do, well, assuming of course I don't get stuck. If I get stuck, then it's like the guy I watch Hayes Outdoors. Unless something magical or tragical happens. So if I get stuck, that'll be something to watch, won't it? If I don't, and we manage to get out alright, I will see you up at the greenhouses and we'll get those filled up and get some production away. Assuming, of course, this will fill up from here. Ooh, that's a worry. There we go. Oh, yeah, see, that's very steep out that way. I suppose what I could do, if I go across the field that direction, I could zigzag up, again a bit of a run up down the hill and back up the other side. I'm just thinking, if this pulls away no problem, then I haven't got to worry. I mean, to be fair, the difference between a tractor and a lorry would be, lorries have got lots of gears. I would say there's the torque involved, a lot of low end grunt, But then a lot of lorries do. They have multiple gears for that reason, don't they? Certainly going to be interesting to see, isn't it? Plan looked good on paper. Oh, you little beauty. It's a bit of wheel slip. But we are going at 4 miles an hour. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't slowed anymore. Yeah, we've got a lot of wheel slip. Let's turn around in the grass. Come on. Isn't it funny? Going that way, it seems to be struggling more. I don't want to go too fast though. Actually I do. I need to get, but it's very bumpy the other side. I've got to be careful. Oh, it was well worth getting a bit of speed up. Look at that. Sorted. I'll see you over at the greenhouses. Oh, beauty. This Mattsy's an absolute beast. Love it. This is something I wasn't expecting. Coupled with the rainbow, I wonder if it rained overnight. I wonder if it... We've got a flood. Look, the road is flooded. That's incredible. I wonder then. I wonder if it can... If I need more water, I wonder if I can get it from the flood. That's bonkers. The road's flooded. That's incredible. Wow. Now I don't know if that's... Yeah, I'm assuming it must have rained overnight, maybe? Or saying rain's coming, but the rain hasn't started yet. Or whether there's a burst pipe or something. Wow. So this is what I'm really enjoying as well. It just makes you smile. There's certain things. Wow. Anyway, yeah, we've got a bit of a drive to go and get this water done. Come on, dear, out of the way. Stop running ahead of the tractor and just go into the road, into the bushes. Go on, go in. Go, there we go. It's a bit of a drive from here. I'm trying to remember how much the large greenhouses take. It's not 10,000 litres, is it? It might be 20,000. In which case I'm going to do quite a few runs. So what I might have to do is whiz back and try. Farm dog's really worried about the water situation. What's the matter with him? Oh dear. Yeah, we'll have to come back again. We can always try the flood and see if I can fill up from there. You never know, do you? Right turn, Clyde. Might not be a bad idea. Now I know this tractor can pull this full, no problem at all. It might not be a bad idea to invest in one of these tankers, The other one, we only went to collect it, didn't I, in the last episode? Maybe take that one back and buy one of these instead. It's an investment, but I know with the money we're getting from various different contracts, we can make the money back pretty quickly, in all honesty. So this is... Right, isn't it terrible? I can't even remember. I did it on Elm Creek. I bought one of the large ones. That bush is in the way. Might have to swing around and come back up. Oh, it's 4. I thought it was only 3. Oh. Definitely going to need more. Had it in my head there were 3. This goes to show, doesn't it? I wonder if I can drive through. Or swing round. I'm not too great with the old. Oh yeah, we should be right. We have already put a little bit in from the smaller one into this one. There we go. This is where I realise it is 20,000, isn't it? Yep, I've got a few runs to do. It is. Okay, well, that's not a problem. Let's go into here. So, this is the one we're in, isn't it? Strawberries. Activate. Close the doors. Now, at some point, if we need other produce, we may well switch it. But if we are going to go down the bakery route, which is what I would like to do, and we want to do, we'll start off doing bread probably, but if we end up wanting to do cake, we're going to need strawberries. So we might as well get as many sort of underway as possible. I can get this one already going, even if it's not completely full. Strawberries, activate. Yeah, right. So I'm going to whisk back down to the flood and let's see. I know I was saying flued. That's just it's a family joke. I know it's ridiculous. I think it was when the kids were young. There was that thing when they were learning to spell and learning, to read and that kind of thing. And it was that question of certain words like brood and where you've got double O's, but then you've got words like blood and flood, which are double O but don't have an oo sound. They have an ud sound, which is weird, isn't it? And it was that kind of. I saw a sign years ago. One of the kids said, "Oh, there's a fluid," and it just kind of stuck, Ah, dear. Right, so we can refill from there. If not, I think I mentioned it in the last episode, maybe this end of the river, if we can go in through the gates, there's another ford there, I think, or more of a pond area. We'll try and get some water from there. Let's see, shall we? Fingers crossed. And we'll be doing a service. We'll be removing some of the water, won't we? Yes! Routine! That's the result. Now I can't turn around. I'll just do a loop round, I suppose. Okay, so what I'll do now I know I can fill up from here as well, is I'll do a loop round, I'll fill up the rest of the greenhouses, we'll get those underway, and then before we finish, I will get some of those bales moved off of field 6. We'll get them into the sort of open-sided barn. With the telehandler, we'll have a double check now just to see how we're getting on with the cultivating. That is still going. And how far through that contract are we? 72% complete. And then that one there for field 13. The spraying, the herbicide one's been there for a couple of days actually. I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. Bingo. Let us rock and roll. Quite fortuitous that, really. It seems to be getting duller and duller. There, look, the sky does not look great. It's foreboding. Now, I don't want to bale in the rain. I mean, you can. I don't want to. Wet bales, not a great idea. They can heat up and they can catch fire. So I don't really want to be doing that, but I don't really want to be leaving. Once the bales are done, it's a little bit better in that because they're tightly packed, the rain will have a tendency to run off more than if it's like loose straw on the floor. Field 1 cultivating is done. The the cultivator is now on field 13, which is over there somewhere. Hang on. It's over that direction. Yeah, where are we? We're standing there, so we can see that field. It's beyond that. It's it's just gonna take so long. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so what we can do, we can complete on that one. That's done. Another 28 grand in the coffers. We're over 300,000. That's not bad. So let's grab the telehandler, which is there, but that's got... Oh, it has got tines on it. That's all right. I thought I was going to have to swap it out, but I don't have to. We'll get some of the bales into here. See, I don't know, am I doing the right thing here? Should I be leaving the bales and just trying to get as much baling done as I can before the rain comes as well? Now, I could get a bale load trailer, but again, if I'm going to stick it in the barn there, what's the point? It's going to be quite heavy. No, it's not too bad. Yeah, we're just going right here. Let's get lights on. Lights on this are pretty good, actually. It's going to take a while doing one at a time. As I get further across the field, it would make more sense to have a bale trailer and then put them all into the trailer, bring the trailer over here and unload them. But realistically, again, if you were the farmer and this was your field and you were right here at this barn, would you really be loading a trailer to unload, or would you do it this way? I'm no farmer. I don't know. I'm almost asking the question. You know. So almost asking. I'm asking the question. What would you do if it were you? This is another one of those jobs again, which I think I would just quite happy. Plodding along, spend a few hours doing this. Now, I'm not going to fit that in there. Or am I going to get caught on that post? Might be alright. Nope. Too far over with that. Let's have a foot down there. Right here. Letting me. Gotta be careful here. No, it's not liking that. What about if I go further down on the bale? That's better. Now I can put the next ones on top of that. I should have put the first one over to the left a bit further. You know what? The next rower will. Two on top of that. We'll go from there. Where's the next bale? How is it going to be from in capture, we reckon? Should we give it a go? I'm not holding out much hope. Don't even think that was straight, but. Oh, that's bumpy. We can get one on top to make the pyramid, can't we? Nope. Straight out. Come on. Come on. Could have been worse. Oh. Quite pleased with that. So what I'll do, I'll get some more of these in. Is that rain? Oh no, I was going to say I'll get a few more done and I'll get on with the baling. So I thought, I can hear that. There go the wipers. Yep. I'll get as many of these in as I can. Cultivating can continue. That's not a problem. Let's get this one in. And I will see you on the next one. Water's all in. Strawberries are underway. If we go to there, you'll see if we go up, strawberries are all being done. We have water on all. That's all good. Contracts, we'll see what happens when we roll over to tomorrow. I've got a load to get done. I've got to get these fields prepped. So tomorrow, or the next episode at least, is going to be field prep. I'm going to need to spray the field mon. So field 6, field 3 are going to need some work. Oh, let's not spray this. Come on. We've got the spikes. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I need to get field 3 and field 6 sprayed, mulched, and then ready for seeding. The seeder we've got, I'm not sure if it's a direct drill or not, so we might need to cultivate first. I don't know if these need ploughing. Oh, lime, that's what we need. We need to get a lime spreader. That's what I was saying, wasn't I? I'm pretty sure both of these, where are we? Here, if we go across to soil composition, yeah, both need lime. So if we take the lime off, well, they don't need, well, it doesn't say they need ploughing, so we should be all right on that. I need to check something actually. Have I got ploughing? I haven't turned ploughing off, have I? Oh, idiot. It turned off. No wonder it wasn't showing. Oh, they need ploughing. I think field 23 probably did as well, didn't it? Oh no, we're all right there. Phew. Okay. Well, I mean, that all needs prepping. So all these need prepping. They need ploughing, they need liming, and then sorting now. Hang on a minute. Am I going mad? Field 50. I didn't know. Hang on. Field 15 is grass we own. Field 4, I know. That's the... hang on. That's the sheep pen. Field 4. I didn't know we owned Field 4. And Field 2 as well. What's in Field 2? That's cultivated. Oh, blimey. Okay. I didn't even know we owned Field 2 as well. I was so focused on the crops in those two, didn't even pay the blindest bit of notice to the fact we've got Field 2 to prep as well. Which is also going to need ploughing. Is that going to need liming as well? Okay, we've got liming and ploughing to do. Will it be September 2? Possibly. Or will I do some more prep later on? What time is it now? Just gone lunchtime. By the time I've done all this and the cultivating's done, it's going to be most of the day over with, isn't it? So, right. Oh, thunder as well. Hooray. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.